from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Looking to throw right away is Watson. And incomplete to open things up.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Folded like a lawn chair.
Brings up 3rd down and 12.
Three and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Back to throw, Watson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. Taken from just outside the 30. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, and they'll be aided by a loss of yardage on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. A collegiate star here in the Buckeye State, it's J.K. Dobbins. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Another run here with Dobbins. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Third and 2. Here's Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mike Andrews, the tight end. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now as they're down to the 29-yard line. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. He stiff arms him. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. Rashad Bateman with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Ravens get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
To throw again on second down, Watson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. To throw is Watson. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. So finally completes his first pass. Credit the defense, though. They've been showing him some different looks, keeping him off balance.
Yeah, I like the observation that you had there, because when you give him different looks and give any quarterback different looks, it takes just a little bit longer to process sometimes, and you don't throw the ball with the same confidence. You're not sure that that's where you should go with the football, and that's worked for the defense early in this game, and now he's got his...
Oh, Chubb fumbled it. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. So holding on the offense, they go ahead and decline the penalty, and the ball will change hands on the fumble recovery. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. An option handoff here to Dobbins. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on third down. Here's Jackson to throw. And that is incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
They're going on fourth down. It's Jackson. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Fourth down, no problem. 19 yards that time, and now it's 1st and 10.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Stop made by Marlon Davidson.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now it's Jackson. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On third down, Jackson looking for the end zone. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. And the first play will be a field goal try. The wind is at his back here in the second quarter. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
The Browns drive about to get started. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Now it's Watson. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field. for a big gainer and a first down.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here's Watson. He's got the connection to Cooper. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
He's got a man, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Over 30 yards there. And first downs on 3 consecutive plays now.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Chubb. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Quick throw completed by Watson. Touchdown, Browns. Donovan Peoples-Jones from 3 yards out. And the Browns are back within a score. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
On the counter now, it's Dobbins. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 45 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go play action with Jackson. Swings this out for Hunt. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
throwing on 2nd and 3. Jackson, he lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Well, for all the deserved accolades Lamar Jackson gets for his run. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. The Cleveland offense ready to go. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. For the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Here's Watson. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver, and as this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That one goes for 24 yards.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Over the middle, that's caught by Schwartz. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a
touchdown. Donovan Peoples-Jones with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Browns have cut it back within a score. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Jackson now. Rolling to his right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Play action. Now Jackson. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
Dancing to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. Watson's throw pulled in by Schwartz. Now a 1st down throw, Watson. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again is Watson. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, it's Watson. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
On 4th down, Watson. Got a man, it's Schwartz, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. 1st down on a pickup of 11. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. York able to send this one through, and that will tie things at 17 all. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And we will not see a return to start that. Touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
To throw on 2nd and 10, Jackson. Well, the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
He's known for his legs and his fancy footwork. He's not getting much of a chance to use it here. The defense continued to hold the upper hand by bringing him down on that play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. He's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. They go play action now. Jackson to the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. And they try to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Again, Jackson. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another 1st down.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
Slot man moves right. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
And that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Jackson's going to try the sneak, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out, and the Ravens have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. Tucker with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good 2nd half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the 2nd half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Watson throwing the out route incomplete. It's Schwartz. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. Watson. Flush to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary. All of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
Watson looks to throw again. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 41-yard line. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know, as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Amari Cooper, 34 yards. And the Browns' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by York is up and good. And that will tie us at 24. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the third quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first two drives of the third quarter, one for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd and 1, Jackson. Flushed out, and a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7-0 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Browns drive about to get started. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. And we're back now here in Cleveland. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
From the gun, here's Watson. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. And this offense on 3rd down today, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Browns have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson.
Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Myles Garrett picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Escaping the pressure right.
That's taken in by Duvernay.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a 1-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Jackson.
That is caught. Rashad Bateman.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Rashad Bateman.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they found a way to be successful with it. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson throwing the out route incomplete. That's Schwartz. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Here's Watson. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he's going to have a Browns first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And some room to maneuver. 53 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Offensive line right now really freeing up the rushing lanes on this drive.
And we have to give them props. They've earned them. But these big runs that we're seeing, they don't result without everyone else being involved as well. Blocking on the perimeter has to take place downfield too.
They run again on first down, Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead. So how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. 8 yards to go on 2nd down. Now Watson. Looking left sideline. It's complete. Yeah, the Browns are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. He has been terrific today, hasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Running flawless 2-minute drill right here. This has been quarterbacking 101 with a flourish.
They'll run with Chubb into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll try again with Chubb. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. They'll give it to Chubb. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as he'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute.
York able to send this one through.
And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Jackson
He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Here's Jackson.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And he's in. Are you kidding me?
How do you give that up?
One of the most improbable ways to finish a game. And they do win it on the final play. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And I tell you, these division games, never for the faint of heart, but they come through